everybody, welcome back to our last week in our July series Crossover. We have been having a great time learning about these extraordinary gifts that God has given us, and I can't believe it's already the last week. It's crazy. But I'm so glad that you've been able to join us. And if this is your first time joining us, please visit our website, cobprairie.org, and you'll find all of our videos that we've been doing this whole entire time since we've had to leave the building to do the online videos, and we're super glad to be able to continue doing these. And also, our YouTube channel has other things, and you can also view some of our VBS content that we had. You can see that if you missed out on it. And we hope that you enjoyed this last week, and we can't wait to see you soon. Bye.
Hey guys, welcome back to Crossover Week 4, where today we are going to talk about lions. Lions, because they have a big part in today's extraordinary story. Okay, so what sound does a lion make? Well, I've never seen one in the wild, but I have a pretty good idea of what they sound like because I've been to the zoo and I've seen lions there. So I want to have a little fun with this and try to make lion noises, okay? All right, so on the count of 3, and Miss Carol, I'm going to need your help with this, all right? On the count of 3, I want you guys to make the best lion noise possible. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. Roar! Ha, awesome. Good work, guys. Okay, so let's play a little activity. All right, it's called healthy or unhealthy. All right, so I have here 2 different snacks. First, we have our healthy one. Okay, it is an apple and goldfish. All right, pretty good snack.
Yummy.
Yummy. Yeah.
Yummy.
And we have our unhealthy option, which are Cool Ranch Doritos, Simply Irresistible, and a king-size Heath bar.
Yummy.
So, which one would you guys choose? The healthy or the unhealthy? I really like Heath bars too, man, let me tell you. It's my favorite candy bar.
Doritos are delicious.
Which one would you guys choose? I bet I can guess which one you guys would choose. What do you think?
Probably a good guess.
Probably a good guess. Well, my guess is that most people, not all, but most people would go with the Doritos and the Heath bar. Why? Because they probably just taste better. All right, let's be honest. They probably just taste better. But it's okay because it's natural for us to want to do the easy, maybe less healthy thing. Okay? We want to eat the thing that tastes better. It's just, it's what we want to do. Okay? It can be hard to make the choice that we know is better. It can be hard, it's a harder choice to want to go, yeah, I want that apple and the goldfish over the Doritos and the Heath bar. Okay? But let me ask you this, okay? Let's say you had to eat these every day.
Okay.
For breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Oh.
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Could you do that?
No.
Probably not. Number 1, because your stomach's probably really gonna hurt, isn't it? And number 2, it's so unhealthy. It's just not healthy. I mean, so unhealthy. Right? For a variety of reasons. She's a nurse. She could probably tell you why.
Bad for you.
Bad for
bad.
you. Just bad.
My medical opinion.
Yeah.
So today's Bible story is about a guy that could have chosen to go the easy way out. He could have taken the easy route. Probably not with Doritos in the Bible, but yes, good analogy there. But yes, he could have gone the easy way out, but he chose to do something that was less easy, that was more difficult, and it was a wiser choice. God helped him, though, make that choice. He had to ask God for help, and God had to help him. And when he did make that good choice, I think he was probably happy, but God was very happy that he made that wise choice. All right, guys, and what we've been waiting for, it's time to complete our big idea box for this month. So we've got 3 sides already. Should we go over the 3 sides so we can remember what we've done this month? All right. Ready? Week 1 was red.
God gives us extraordinary peace.
You remember that week? All right. Then the next week was blue, and our big idea was God gives us extraordinary strength. That was a good week. That's when I beat you at arm wrestling.
Yeah.
And then our next week, last week, was yellow, and our big idea was God gives us extraordinary courage. All right, this week I get to hold the box, and Mr. Brian gets to pick it out. Ready? Big moment. We're going to fill our box up with God gives us extraordinary help. Awesome. So we're going to stick that on our 4th side. We're going to have our ordinary but extraordinary box of big ideas. We hope you guys had fun this month. We did. We'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Hi guys, today's big idea is God gives us extraordinary help. Today's Bible story comes from Daniel chapter 6. Daniel was a man who obeyed God, and he also happened to be friends with the 3 guys from last week's story. You remember Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. So last week I told you about those 3 men and how King Nebuchadnezzar wanted everyone to worship this statue, and those 3 men, they decided not to. They said they would only worship the one true God, and so they were thrown into the fiery furnace. But while they were in the fiery furnace, God sent down an angel to protect them from the fire. So Daniel was friends with those people, and as Daniel grew older, he also grew in his faith. He had many important jobs, and he was really good at them. He was also really liked by the king, King Darius. He was a pretty popular guy, which means that other people kind of became jealous of him. They didn't understand why Daniel loved God so much. Just like Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego refused to worship the statue, Daniel refused to give up praying to God. He prayed to God every single day. These men were jealous of Daniel because they were not followers of God, so that made him angry when Daniel would pray to God every day. It made them jealous that King Darius liked Daniel so much, so they tricked the king into throwing Daniel into a den full of hungry lions just for breaking a silly new law that no one was allowed to pray. Daniel was afraid, obviously, because hungry lions are super scary, but he continued to pray even when he was in the den with the lions. And guess what? God heard Daniel's prayers, and he sent an angel to protect Daniel and shut the mouths of the lions. Daniel was not harmed by the lions. God helped Daniel because Daniel had put God first in his life. So I want to ask you, is there ever a time when it's good to break the rules? Now hold on a second. This is pretty scary territory. Breaking rules is not okay because most of the time our rules are in place to keep us safe and keep us from getting hurt. However, in this case, Daniel's story, the king's rule about not praying, it didn't keep anyone from being safe. And in fact, it went against what God had said. So in this case, it was okay because Daniel knew that it was what God wanted. God wants us to pray, and praying doesn't hurt or harm anyone else, keep them from safety. Let's read a little bit from Isaiah. This is in the Old Testament. It's a little bit after Psalms that we read last week. So we're looking for Isaiah chapter 41, verse 10. Don't be afraid, for I am with you. Don't be discouraged, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will hold you up with my victorious right hand. Daniel, he was in a really super scary spot. Pretty much as scary as it gets. Hungry lions right there sharing the same space as him. They needed something to eat, and he didn't have any way to protect himself or defend himself. But did he? He did have God, right? He was literally facing lions, and he did not have to be afraid because God would help him. And God did help Daniel, right? God was, like it says in this Bible verse, holding him up with his victorious right hand.
Hey guys, it's Miss Delaney back for another prayer station this month. And this week, we're going to be doing some super fun, silly snack making. So before we get started, you can put these all in their own containers or leave them in their own bags, whatever you guys want, but I put mine in separate containers. So we'll need one container to put all of our trail mix in. We'll need 3 different colored M&Ms. I used red, orange, and yellow. We'll need some popcorn, some bugles, and then some Chex Mix. So each of these items represents something from our stories this month. So our Chex Mix is for Gideon and how we should always check to make sure we hear God correctly. Our bugles are from Joshua and his people and how they used their trumpets to knock down the walls of Jericho. Our popcorn, if you pick it up and look at it, it kind of looks like a little lion head with its mane. And so this is for Daniel and his story. And then our 3 colors of M&Ms are red, yellow, and orange to represent fire from Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego and the fire they escaped. So starting with that, you can mix them in however much you like. I really like Chex Mix, so I'm going to put a lot of my Chex Mix in there. And then maybe I'll put some popcorn in. And while we're doing this, we want to remember what each of the stories was about. And if you need a reminder, you can go back to the past weeks and definitely rewatch those videos. I highly recommend. But now I'm going to put some of my M&Ms in there, make it super sweet and yummy. Maybe some bugles. And you guys can add some other stuff too, like if you want to add cashews or walnuts or maybe some raisins. I really like raisins, but once we get all of those items in there, and we just kind of pour however much we want. So I'm going to put a few more M&Ms. And now we've got a yummy and tasty trail mix snack for us to eat throughout the day and while we're watching the rest of the sermon. So I really hope you guys enjoyed that snack, and you can definitely pause this video wherever to get your items or to make your actual snack or to even eat your snack. But before you guys go, I want to lead you out with a prayer. God, thank you for the story of Daniel in the lion's den. Thank you for the example we see in Daniel and how even though it wasn't easy, Daniel knew that continuing to pray to you was important. Thank you for always being a source of help, peace, courage, and strength. Everything we need to go from everyday to extraordinary. Allow us to use these powers to help praise your name. And in your name, amen.
Good morning, friends. My name is Miss Sandy, and I am the lead teacher for preschool and pre-K. In our story today, we learn how God gave Daniel extraordinary help. So, with that said, we are going to write a note to God. So, let's grab our materials, and we are going to need a piece of paper, an envelope, markers, pen, pencils, crayons, paint, whatever you have available at home. So grab your stuff and let's get to it. Step 1 is going to be to either write your note or draw a picture to God and let him know what you need. I decided to write, "Dear God, thank you for helping us and keeping us safe. Please help us in our time of need. Love, Miss Sandy." I cannot wait to see what you did. But next step is to fold our paper in half, insert it into our envelope, and this is our note to God. And remember, friends, that Daniel had a very important choice to make. He can choose to obey the king's rule, to only pray to the king, or to choose to pray only to God. Let's see what choices you will make this week. Bye.